What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Don Christian Corbin with Yours Health and Wellbeing, and today I just wanted to give you guys a couple tips on nutrition. So when it comes to nutrition and what it does for your body, comparison to fitness, it actually does a whole lot more for your body than working out. Now what do I mean by that? Basically I mean, like, you don't even need to work out in order to lose weight or gain weight. It's really just about what you put in your body. Now when we're working out, right, people might think, okay, since I'm lifting heavy weight and I'm grinding every single day, I should be gaining muscle mass. I should be getting stronger. First of all, that will never happen unless you're putting protein into your body after a workout. 25 grams or more. If you do more, usually a lot of the cases, protein will just get basically digested out of your system, and you won't be necessarily gaining more muscle mass, putting more protein in your body, but it does do something for your total daily intake. So before I get there, I want to talk to you guys first about calorie deficit versus calorie surplus. Now, when we're thinking about a calorie deficit, we're going to be thinking about people who are trying to lose fat mass, or basically lose weight, okay? In that, people will always have this question: how much should I be grinding, one, to lose weight, and intaking to, or being at a calorie deficit? Like, how much should you be at a deficit? So I want to inform you guys, there is 3,500 calories in 1 pound. It's a lot of calories. 1 pound, 3,500. So in order to lose 1 pound a week, you have to do the math on that. So it's 3,500 divided by 7 days. You're gonna get you about 500 calories less of an intake, okay? So if you're intaking 500 calories less per day, you will lose 1 pound a week. If you're intaking 1,000 calories less per day, you lose 2 pounds. Now, you don't want to really go over that, because when you do so, usually that means that, or that ends up, you know, resulting in something that's inconsistent. Progress is inconsistent. Usually you're going to be, say you're at a deficit of about 2,000. One, you're not getting the right amount of nutrients in your body in order to even have enough energy to work out. And two, that can lead to a lot of depression. That can lead to a lot of just pure unmotivational thoughts, okay? So don't go lower than about 1,000, because that's going to lead you to lose 2 pounds a week. And that's perfectly fine. That should be, okay? On top of grinding every day, working out, you know, those 2 pounds are only lost from what you're doing nutritional wise. So now let's get to our surplus. When we do the same thing in terms of bulking, putting on muscle mass, we want to be at a surplus of 500 or 1,000. So you're gaining a pound, or you're gaining 2 pounds a week, okay? Again, we don't want to go over that, because we don't want to be bloated. We don't want to feel just clogged and not be able to move. And one, yes, you can clog your arteries. And what I like to tell people in terms of calorie deficit, calorie surplus, strength training, nutrition, it's all about a balance. You have to balance every single thing you do. And that's just in life. That's a life lesson. So take full advantage of that, okay? And just realize that it's not always about burning 1,000 calories in one day and burning 2,000, but it's about consistency and a balance of both, okay? So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I wanted to kind of also talk about the importance of nutrition. Nutrition is extremely important, guys, and it's really important what we put in our bodies. So when it comes to fats, and it comes to carbs and proteins, we have to have balance of all of those. So for example, I'm going to pull up some notes for you guys really quick. I took a nutrition class at Azusa Pacific University. My professor was Professor Escalante. He actually is on Instagram. I'll shout him out and put him in the comments for you guys to check out and educate yourself on nutrition as well. So when it comes to average daily caloric intake, for most people, you want to intake about 45 to 65% of carbohydrates out of your entire caloric intake throughout a day. So for example, what does that mean? So say that I intake about this is really low, 2,000, okay? I need to be 45 to 65% of 2,000 needs to be coming from carbs. Now, say at that 2,000 again, fats wise, 35% should be coming from fats, no less than 10. A lot of people don't understand that fats are actually good for our body, because one, we just need them to be able to survive. We need them for temperature arrangement, and actually just being able to have conscious thoughts. Fats there's a lot of good fats in our brains. There's a lot of good fats that are basically cushioning our joints. So we need fats, guys. One thing we can stay away and we can learn from fats is we can stay away from saturated fats. Now, unsaturated fats are a lot better, but we still don't want to overload, okay? And the reason why we want to stay away from saturated, basically, is because it has a high glucose level. Now, what does glucose mean? Basically, sugar. And when we have high glucose levels within our foods, we'll have high glucose levels within our body, okay? And that just leads to blood clots, that leads to diabetes, that leads to a lot of things that are very unhealthy for our body, okay? Now, lastly, it comes to proteins. Proteins are 10 to 35%, okay? That's a wide range, but a lot of people miss out on gaining muscle mass when they're bulking because they're not intaking enough protein. And many people think, oh, okay, I'm gonna bulk and I'm gonna intake just as much as I can. That's not necessarily the case, because then again, we have to have a balance, okay? So one more time for you guys, carbohydrates is 45 to 65% of our daily intake, okay? Fats are gonna be no more than 35% and no less than 10. Okay, and proteins are going to be 10 to 35%, which is kind of similar to fats, okay? So take good notes of that, guys. I hope you're writing some notes here. I'm going to share a little bit more for you guys on nutrition. So a lot of people also don't really know how many calories they intake in a day. There's a lot of different formulas out there that will tell you exactly how much you would, and basically that is called RMR versus BMR, which is basically the same thing, but you have to figure out the different formulas for that. I will provide that for you down low in the comments, so make sure you guys take note of that, and I also will provide you, probably can't provide you with it, but that's fine. If you take a look at my website, you'll be able to get a lot of insight on what I mean, the importance of nutrition, and also a lot of different formulas and scales to kind of manage and understand what you're doing to your body, you know, and understand what you're intaking as well. So, caloric deficit versus caloric surplus, bulking for surplus, and shredding for deficit. We're shredding or we're bulking on a 500 calorie surplus or deficit, okay? Or we're doing 1,000, but no more than 1,000, guys. Trust me on this one. Just through research and through studying and obviously taking a nutrition class, I just was able to kind of gather enough information to understand that all nutrition is balancing. We have to balance the acidity levels and base levels in our bodies, and that's exactly what balancing carbs, proteins, and fats are going to do for you. So thank you guys so much. I hope this helps you guys. Let me know if you have any questions on this, and let me know how your progress is going throughout the 2 weeks challenge that we got going on, guys. But hey, I love you. It's yours, health and well-being. God bless.